When I was real small, I can't think of any time that was, oh, well, you were talking about the war, we were
Yeah.
talking about the war. Well, one of the things I do remember, now that you bring that up, is because my brothers would be gone away to service, and that, not necessarily they weren't all, like I said, involved in the war, but they had to go into the service, But if I knew they were coming home on their furlough, oh, that was so exciting, because they were going to be coming home. And then when they got out, they were discharged at the end of the war. That was really something. And that was it was like a relief, and I wasn't that old anyway, but it was really so much better to have that, knowing that they were going to come home, and all the guys were going to come home, and that was a big deal.
As a kid, but what about as an adult?
Oh, as an adult?
Yeah. Like after you got married.
Oh, and what about it?
If there was any particular time that you felt like was a golden age. Like for me right now, the kids have gotten older, and I'm very fond of this time period with them now that they've gotten older versus when they were younger and stuff so much. But I didn't know if there was a time for you.
Looking back. Huh? Oh!
Happiest day of your life was when Carol was born, right?
That was it.
Oh no, happiest day of your life was when Carol moved out of the house.
I don't know. Looking back over the years, there were so many days that were great. It was just, like when she was dancing a lot and stuff, that was fun to go see her do her performances and stuff like that, and of course when the twins were born, that was a big shock, because we had no idea that I was going to have twins in the first place, so that was like unbelievable, and probably not for her though, because suddenly they took over the whole thing, because here I had these two babies I never knew in my life I was going to have. I never even ever thought about having twins. That was. No, all of us, all my sisters, they all had big families, but there was never any twins. And then to go in the hospital to have a baby, and they said, there's another one, what am I going to do? I got two babies, That was a big shock.
So did you have a nickname growing up?
Patty. Well, they said they called me Peggy Pat when I was little. But then I was just always Pat or Patty, mostly Patty. And then when I started to go to school.
Were you ever Margaret?
No, I never went. I don't know. They called me Margaret Patricia, but Patricia was the name. I vaguely remember realizing at one point in my life, I don't know how old I was.
That your name was
that
Margaret.
They said, no, your name is Margaret Patricia, and I remember because I never knew that before. So, but no, I don't know. They always called me that, so that's what I went by. But then after a while, I had to always explain it as I got older and had to do certain things that were gonna, that were important, that they knew who you were. You had to explain and to say, well, no, my name is Mark, because your birth certificate said that, So anyway, that's why I never wanted to call you kids anything but the first name I gave you. Because it's too confusing.
Well, no, you might want to call it something besides the first name.
Oh, I know some.
Well, yeah, you little brat.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wish my memory hadn't been so fuzzed up. I'm hoping I remembered things correctly.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
You think I did?
Yeah, and we've missed our calling, obviously, as interviewers.
Yeah, we've been here how long?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't realize this.
We should do a morning show. This Erik and Carol show.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you guys were pretty good at doing that.
Well, I guess we're done.
I think that's a wrap.